Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into the recent Republican primary for Michigan governor and the victory of John James over Perry Johnson. Now, this race was a real nail-biter, with both candidates throwing everything they had at each other. But in the end, James emerged as the clear winner, and I'm here to break down why this matters and what it means for the state of Michigan. So, let's get started. First things first, the fact that this primary was so hotly contested speaks volumes about the political climate in Michigan. With Johnson pouring in nearly $32 million of his personal wealth, it's clear that this race was a serious battle for the hearts and minds of the state's Republican voters. And James, despite facing a barrage of attacks and advertising, managed to consolidate GOP support, thanks in no small part to the endorsement of President Trump. Now, this endorsement was a game-changer, prompting multiple candidates to drop out and join forces with James. So, what does this tell us about the current political landscape? Well, in my opinion, it highlights the power of the Trump brand and the influence it still holds over the Republican Party. But it also raises questions about the future of the GOP and whether they can move beyond their past divisions and focus on a unified message. Now, let's talk about James' victory speech. In it, he promised to work every single day to earn the trust of more voters. And this is where things get really interesting. You see, James has a history of making bold promises, and while some of them may have been a bit far-fetched, they've certainly captured the imagination of his supporters. Take, for example, his proposal for a parental bill of rights. Now, personally, I think this is a great idea, as it would empower parents to have a greater say in their children's education. But it also raises questions about the role of government in education and the balance between parental rights and educational standards. So, what makes this really interesting is the way it taps into the culture war passions of his supporters. It's a topic that resonates deeply with many people, and it's one that will likely continue to be a focal point of his campaign. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. As a political veteran, James has a lot of experience under his belt, having served in the military and run for office multiple times. And this experience is exactly what Michigan voters are looking for. They want someone who understands the complexities of governing a state and can navigate the challenges that lie ahead. But it's also important to note that James has a history of making controversial statements, such as his recent comments about the 2020 election. Now, in my opinion, this is a red flag, as it suggests a lack of respect for the democratic process and a willingness to peddle misinformation. So, while James may have the experience, it's important to hold him accountable and ensure that he's not just a political opportunist. Now, let's talk about the implications of this race for the general election. As we all know, James will be facing Democratic Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson in November. And this is where things get really interesting, as both candidates have significant establishment and institutional support. But what makes this race even more intriguing is the fact that Benson is attempting to succeed term-limited Governor Gretchen Whitmer, a fellow Democrat. Now, this raises a deeper question: can the Republican Party truly challenge the Democratic Party in Michigan, or are they just playing catch-up? And what does this say about the future of the state's politics? Well, in my opinion, it suggests that the GOP needs to do more than just consolidate support. They need to offer a compelling vision for the future of Michigan that resonates with voters across the political spectrum. So, there you have it, folks. The victory of John James in the Michigan Republican primary is a significant development in the state's political landscape. It highlights the power of the Trump brand, the complexities of governing a state, and the challenges facing the GOP. And it raises important questions about the future of Michigan's politics. So, what do you think? Is James the right person to lead Michigan, or are there other candidates who would be better suited for the job? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more political analysis and commentary. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.